Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Have you ever felt like a concert isn't just about the music, but about emotions you can't quite explain? Because in El Paso, there was something different, something softer, warmer, and somehow deeply personal. Amid thousands of fans, dazzling lights, and the roar of the stadium, it was the smallest moments that felt the most real. From the way Jimin casually trusted Jungkook with his phone, to the way Jungkook looked at him, as if the world disappeared, while Jimin danced right in front of him. That night wasn't just a performance, it felt like a small world only the two of them understood. And in this video, we're going to explore every detail, spontaneous moments, lingering glances, and the little interactions that carried such deep meaning. From the very first second, the concert in El Paso felt different, as if another layer of emotion wrapped around the entire atmosphere. It wasn't just the energy of the crowd or the glow of the stage lights, but something more subtle, softer, warmer, quietly sinking in without anyone realizing. The noise of the outside world seemed to fade, leaving behind an intimate space that felt like it belonged only to them. That night wasn't simply about music, choreography, or a grand performance, but about a feeling that was hard to put into words, calm, close, and unexpectedly personal. It all started with the little things. Simple details that could easily go unnoticed, yet carried the deepest meaning. Jimin casually handed his phone to Jungkook, without hesitation, without words, just a soft, natural smile. There was trust in that small gesture, something genuine and unforced. Jungkook accepted it just as calmly, then began recording and taking photos, capturing Jimin as if he were the only thing that mattered in that moment. There was nothing dramatic about it, nothing staged, and that's exactly what made it feel so intimate. When the clip later appeared on Jimin's Instagram story, it felt like a small glimpse into a private world that had briefly opened to the public. Then came the moment that always steals attention, when Jimin started to dance. But this time, it felt different. His movements were freer, lighter, with a natural, playful touch. He stepped forward, right in front of Jungkook, as if creating their own space in the middle of a massive stage and thousands of watching eyes. There was confidence in the way he moved, but also a softness that felt like an unspoken message, a gentle tease that didn't need explanation. What made the moment even more alive was Jungkook's reaction. His gaze locked onto Jimin instantly, no distractions, nothing pulling him away. It was as if the entire world paused around him. His eyes softened, and a smile slowly formed, not one meant for the cameras, but a genuine expression that appeared naturally. There was admiration there, a warmth that couldn't be hidden. It didn't feel like just two performers on stage, but like someone completely immersed in what they were seeing. What stood out most was how Jungkook seemed to forget they were in front of thousands of people. The cheers, the lights, the cameras, all of it faded from his awareness. All that remained was Jimin. His movements, his energy, the way he naturally brought life to the stage. The moment was brief, almost fleeting, but that's what made it powerful. No script, no planning, just pure spontaneity that felt real and honest, leaving behind something difficult to explain, yet easy to feel. There was a subtle tension in the air, not heavy, but like an emotional pull that made anyone watching pause for a moment. For a second, it felt like the distance between them disappeared, as if the outside world no longer mattered. Throughout the night, they also seemed unable to fully keep their distance. Light touches happened naturally, shoulders brushing, steps unconsciously falling into sync, and glances that lingered just a little longer than usual. Their closeness didn't feel staged or forced. It felt like something that had always been there, something that flowed effortlessly without needing to be tried. They've always had this kind of dynamic. But in El Paso, it felt like something more, freer, happier, closer. As if they weren't thinking about the cameras or expectations anymore. All they seemed to see was each other, and maybe that's what made everything feel so genuine. That's why these moments are so unforgettable. Not because of grand gestures or dramatic actions, but because of the comfort so clearly reflected between them. The way they moved around each other felt like coming home. The way their smiles softened when their eyes met felt honest and real. Nothing felt forced. Nothing felt arranged to look perfect. Just two individuals moving in the same harmony, calm, aligned, and real. El Paso didn't just give us moments, it gave us feelings. Feelings that can't be scripted, can't be fabricated, and can't be hidden. Something that can only exist when everything happens naturally. And maybe, whatever they had that night was truly real, visible in the way they looked at each other when they thought no one was watching. Among all the interactions on stage, there was one small moment that felt especially special, even rare, since only one fan cam clearly captured it. It's no surprise many people are hoping for an HD version, because every second felt too precious to miss. As they walked side by side on stage, there was a natural harmony. It wasn't just walking together, it was how their steps seemed to fall into the same rhythm. Without effort, without overthinking, they created a warm atmosphere that even the audience could feel. That simple moment became one of the most memorable. In the middle of the concert, there were also small glimpses of another side of them. How Jimin and Jungkook took the time to greet the production team as they passed by. The interaction was brief but sincere. Their reactions afterward, happy, slightly in awe, made the moment feel even more alive. There was humility in it, something that made them feel closer and more real to fans. Then there was an adorable moment when Jungkook suddenly paused just to watch Jimin. At that time, Jimin was being playful, acting silly with a bright, carefree expression. Jungkook simply stood there for a moment, watching him with a wide smile he couldn't hide. That look was full of attention, as if he truly enjoyed every little thing Jimin did, not wanting to miss a single second. Not long after, another small interaction caught on camera and quickly became a topic of discussion. Jungkook briefly touching Jimin's stomach during the song Baby. It was quick, almost unnoticeable, but because of its spontaneity, it felt incredibly real and full of familiarity. There was also a funny moment that stood out. At one point, Jungkook seemed slightly unsatisfied with the cameraman's angle. Instead of ignoring it, he took the camera himself and started filming Jimin. The moment instantly felt entertaining, a mix of playfulness, spontaneity, and care that made it even more memorable. Towards the end of the concert, the atmosphere remained warm with interactions between the members. Jimin was seen teasing Jin during the closing session, creating a light moment filled with laughter. Moments like this show just how close they are as a group. There's no distance, no pretense, just genuine togetherness. In the end, all of these moments, both big and small, paint a complete picture of just how special the El Paso concert was. Not only because of the incredible performance, but because of the interactions, the attention, and the strong chemistry between them. This is what makes every concert feel like more than just a show. Behind the dazzling stage, there's something real, warm, sincere, and alive in every moment they share. So, what do you think? Are these just coincidences on stage, or is there something deeper that can't be hidden? If you feel the same way, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I'd really love to hear your perspective. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with fellow ARMY so we can keep exploring moments like these together. See you in the next video on Jikook Moments.